All right, Hero Comics here, hoping this thing works. It's working? It seems to be working. Okay, good. Let's not unplug anything. Make sure it all works out. So let's get on here with transgender hate mail, homosexual hate mail, atheist hate mail. Basically, me reacting to a bunch of screen caps on YouTube and DeviantArt. There are responsive comments. I'm against these deviant lifestyles and a few other things. Trigger warning. If you don't like what I'm saying, go ahead and click off the video. Do not lie and say hate speech to my videos. Because there's no hate speech to my videos. Speech you hate, that's the story. Yeah, let's continue on here with some people getting these things wrong in the comment section. Me trying to straighten them out with Bible verses and basic biology and stuff, and then getting taken off about that. Yeah, I ate some of this awesome cookie here. It's nice M&M cookie, big old giant thing. I ate like a good half. I'm good for now. I microwaved it. So it's nice and soft, but yeah, that's half. That's about half. I'm good. I'm good for now. Wow, that's pretty decadent. I like it. That's not that for now. Get it. Ah, yeah. Me. Let's go. Because you give into dysphoria, I say. There's no overlap, but it's important to do it so you can not miss anything. I say, because you give into dysphoria, when you should resist it, it is lying to you. No one is born in the wrong body, I say. And then the person says, except resisting it. Why quote resisting? It's just resisting. Just makes it worse, laughing my butt off, skull. But it's a fight, and you gotta deal with it. It's something that's a bad feeling. You gotta deal with, resist bad feelings, resist the temptation to do wrong. That's what you gotta do. As a Christian, that's what you gotta do. As long as it works. Unless you're interested in the person, you really don't need to know their genitals. Yes, you do. That's truth. People are trying to keep truth from you. That's wrong. You just it's just weird. It's normal. What you're doing is weird. You sound like you got good intentions. You just know how much about trans people trying to, streams of tears emoji. And I say, oh, I know plenty. They're people pleasers who are so afraid of bad treatment from others that they will lie and hide the truth of their bodies and cower in fear. Oh, another person. And cower in fear of people finding out the truth. If they would just tell the truth, then they wouldn't have to worry about that. That's true, but they don't want to tell the truth. They're afraid that what could happen because of the truth. The fear of what if is very strong with them. They have to work on that and fight against that because that's nasty stuff. And then trans man, girl with your boy, joins the fight here. And so it's so afraid of bad treatment from others that put themselves in situations where they will experience more oppression and bad treatment than they would if they were comfortable in the skin. But they wouldn't. That's the issue. That's a weird thing. Obviously, by lightly by sex and disguising yourself as something that you think people like more, you're trying to reduce the amount of bad treatment. Bad treatment. So no, that argument does not hold up. I say, did they really? All those disguises and lies about your biological sex. Do you do something to trick people? You do sometimes trick people into treating you differently. You do sometimes treat people into treating you differently. Because basically that's the whole thing. If I hide, basically the thought process is if I hide this. The females are like, if I have my breasts and other curves and come hair short and try to talk like a dude, and you see if I get some hormone therapy so I can grow a beard, sound like a dude, get a fake penis, they'll look like a dude. Society likes dudes, right? And the dudes are like, if I who are trying to be transgender, like if I hide that I have a penis and testicles, get a padded bra, and grow my hair long, and wear female outfits, and try to talk like a high pitched like a female, get some hormone therapy to help make myself look more like a female, sound more like a female, get my body mutilated to maybe look like more like a female, Maybe I said the girls are saying they want to get their bodies mutilated to look more like a male's body. Maybe they'll society likes females more than males, right? So it's just like it's all kinds of crazy stuff going on there. Next, people treating you differently, trick people treating you differently. And then a person says, "Rest assured," someone says, "Oh yes, this girl here." We've talked before, but no, I think this is what we talked. She basically is trying to say, oh, no, I'm trying to rationalize. Rest assured, I do constantly carry trans pins. Sure, I'm not lying to anyone, but you are. If you disguise yourself as a female person, female character, as a female character. She will basically most likely hide that she has breasts and other curves, cut her hair short, and try to talk like a dude, or even get replace hormone therapy so that she can grow a beard, so she looks like a dude. So yeah, wearing trans pins, is just something. Oh yeah, it's something that basically is just a little tiny thing that helps her rationalize her lying about her biological sex. But he watched this. For sure, I do constantly carry trans pins to be sure I'm not lying to anyone. Being honest, though, I do sometimes take them off. So now, trying to lie about not lying, it doesn't work. But that's when I'm in an unsafe to her environment and need to fear being murdered. Yeah. Fear being murdered, assaulted, or otherwise attacked. Unsafe to you. That could be anything. You don't need to be fearing that. If something starts happening, then you deal with it, and that's what martial arts are for. But no. Usually, most likely, it's not that much of a chance of that happening. The girl says, as far as I could tell, I've not been treated differently when going stealth than I was thought. When I thought I was comfortable with skin. Yeah, you have. Oh my gosh, you have. Aside from obvious pronoun use, lying about your medical sex, which is all I really want. That's treating you differently. I'm not saying that people perceived women are not. People perceived women are not treated differently by everyone. Just like I never experienced it because I choose not to think I experienced it. Yeah, but she has most likely. How much time I have? Got it. And I say, by using pronouns you prefer, you are lying. And those pins are admitting you are lying about your biological sex. You have to stop doing that. And then girl says, this proves that you don't actually care about lying. Actually, it does prove that. It does not prove that. I don't like lying at all. Lying lives on abomination to the Lord, they don't do yours delight. Lying is used as a method of trying to hide truth because you are afraid of what the truth may mean to you. You got it wrong. That's the issue with me. This is like, it's like basically hiding that you're a black person. It's like saying, yeah, this is genetic. That's the issue with me. Lying about your biological sex is the same as lying about your skin color, about your being a black person. Because basically, or your race. Because basically, it's like, oh no, they don't like this color of people. They don't like these people with this that have this genetic code. So I gotta lie and say I'm a different genetic code, and hopefully they'll like me better. Who cares? If these losers do not like you because of your genetic code, then that sucks for them. They got it wrong, not you, not your genetic code. That's what's going on here. But the girl's trying to find anything she can to discredit me. So let's go. You don't care about lying. You care about me being myself. No, I'm okay with you being yourself, but you don't have to lie about it. Do to be yourself. And we'll see how that turns out. Telling everyone the truth makes me not a lie then. Truth? What is the truth to you? The truth to me is not lying about your biological sex. Using she, her pronouns. Not hiding that you have breasts and other curves. Stuff like that. I'm not trying to imitate a male because when people see you, because you're trying to see people see you as a male. That is telling truth. Truth to them is, oh, I'm not comfortable. That's another truth. We'll go. I say, if you're being yourself, then you want to be no reason to transition. No need to lie about your biological sex and disguise your mind and help with that lie. You want to look like you want, and that is always possible because but you can be yourself without looking like you want. You can. Where are you doing that? Everybody, people do that. Like you want. And a girl says, I would like to be who I am, and who I am is what I tell you. Kind of. But here's the problem. When you lie about your biological sex, you're telling lies. Stop lying about your biological sex. Continue on. Plus, I'm not disguising anything other than my breast and the curves. Basically, there's some rationalization going on here with several female to male transgender people, and it's just like, yeah, when I hide my breasts, I'm like, what? When I put a fake penis in my pants, I'm like, what? That's a disguise. When I cut my hair short, dope up on testosterone to grow a beard, it's a disguise. You know, when I talk deep, this one girl I used to work with, she one day came, you know, we were hanging out at the bus stop, and she basically was like, "Yeah, I'm Jimmy," like, or something like that. And I'm just like, "What the heck?" You know, girl was wearing a binder, so it was, you couldn't see her breasts. You know, and she had her hair cut short. She had like a hat on, you know, like a Becker's cap on or something like that.